Yo. We got the NBA trade deadline coming up here soon on Thursday. It's Monday today. It's a beautiful day. But look, the Chicago Bulls, are they likely to make a move at the deadline? Who knows? But what will happen if they don't? Because we know the problems. We're going to talk about it. But y'all got to hear this music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on another episode for me and my co-host C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to today, ensure that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, look, y'all, I just mentioned it. The trade deadline, the trade deadline is approaching, y'all. We see moves happen already. Kyrie Irving is now a Dallas Maverick, but that is not my concern. My concern is with the Chicago Bulls. So far, the Chicago Bulls, they still remain under 500 in the month of February. They have had some good victories these past few days, these past few games as well. And should a move be made? Now, that's something that a lot of us are questioning. A lot of us want Billy Donovan to be gone because we believe that's the number one issue. And I wouldn't argue that. I would say he might be. And damn sure is probably about 80% of the problem, in my opinion. But then we got to look into the roster because we know that Billy Donovan received his contract extension. So it's very, very likely he ain't going nowhere no time soon. So my objective today is to focus on the actual team. Now we know that coming into this season, the Bulls made minimal moves and they didn't do much. They banked on the beautiful word continuity. So far we know that the Bulls front office, they mentioned players that are listed as quote unquote untouchable. And from that, just listen to that. We can look at Zach Pat and DeMar DeRozan as being some of those players that are untouchable. You even seen Alex Caruso creep up into that untouchable role. But as for right now, we're going to talk about Kobe White, Nikola Vucevic, Ayo Dosunmu that are potential, trade items or assets, if you will. We know the Bulls got the Portland pick. We know that they gave some picks away to where the Orlando Magic will have they more than likely will have the Bulls pick this year and things of that nature. But in my mind, if we dissecting the team and trying to feel the temperature of the team, I would say the people that are more likely to go will be Vooch and Kobe White for me. Nikola Vucevic, as much as that it pains me, you know what I'm saying? He came a long way. And there's no argument that can be made that he has been the most consistent Bull from the second half of last season and all of this season. He has been the most consistent, but to me, my way of thinking is there's a reason they didn't offer him the extended contract. There's a reason they haven't discussed anything because what are we waiting for? You can still lock him up. You know what I'm saying? And if you planning to wait on the offseason, you give him the opportunity to really walk away if he decides to. You know what I mean? There was reports I know over the offseason that he was thinking about selling his house and then he didn't sell his house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote me on that, but it was something like that regarding his living situation. And I believe he sent out a tweet like, hey, I don't have to sell my house anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? But he's not locked up for the foreseeable future. So we still have to look at it. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy, I believe, 33 years old on an expiring contract who can command upwards of 20 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe White, just a young guy with a lot of potential. And I believe Kobe White still has a lot of upside, but just not. He's not in that role right now to where you'll be like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the metrics, a lot of people are going to say, well, his shooting is down. This is hurting him. This, that, and the third. But one thing we can't deny when it comes to Kobe White is that Kobe White has worked extremely hard on his game this season after having a complete offseason to, tighten up on his dribbling as he done, as to getting better on defense as he's done, as being more smarter with distributing the ball whenever he's in there. To me, he has been a key cog out there on most nights, helping out. And in most situations, he was out there hitting big buckets, big buckets during the season, on certain games and certain nights. So, but I think that those are the two things that the two people that are more likely to go. The reason I don't think Ayo Dosunmu is going to go anywhere because the only way I see Ayo Dosunmu leaving or getting traded will be if the Bulls can find a legitimate point guard that can come in and start over him. If you can't find nobody that can start over him, that is like confirmed, like that it's confirmed that they're better than Ayo Dosunmu, I don't see Ayo Dosunmu going anywhere yet. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that the Bulls will attempt to bring him back, especially with the Lonzo Ball news that's percolating around here. And then I know a lot of people and a lot of outlets been throwing these rumors out here that Zach is going here, Zach LaVine is going there. Zach LaVine ain't going no damn well. We know look what he just did in Portland. Just dropped 36 and competed against one of the best guards in the NBA in Damian Lillard, while Damian Lillard was going hot, and they needed every point from Zach LaVine so they can push and get that victory, which they did. You know what I mean? So you don't give up on no talent like that unless you're getting a package back that is legit. And I don't think getting a bunch of role players will be a legit excuse to get rid of Zach LaVine. And it's just not happening, bro. And a lot of Lakers fans, they putting that stuff out there. But at the end of the day, we know the Lakers fans, y'all just want everything, but y'all can't have everything. The Chicago Bulls, and we ain't going for the okie doke. And if we do go for the okie doke, we going up to the UC and we raising hell. That's it. That's all. Now there are rumors of some players that are potentially available. You know what I'm saying? Like a Bones Highland up in Denver. I like the kid. You know what I'm saying? But what is it going to take to pry him away from the Denver Nuggets? You know what I mean? Because that was, Alex Caruso was considered untouchable. But then there is, some reports coming out saying that the Bulls are asking for 2 first-round picks. My question is Alex even worth that? Or would you consider it if you're doing an Alex for Bones Highland and some picks back, or a pick back, or like a second round instead? I don't know. I'm just a content creator here on YouTube. I don't make those decisions, but I will tell you this: Bones Highland, I do like his game, but it's not my decision. Would I like him to come here? Sure, but the deal has to make sense for me for the Bulls to make any trade. You know what I'm saying? The Raptors are rumored to be willing to move on for some players like OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr., which will be pretty damn good for the Chicago Bulls if they can pull out one of those guys, because you got one in OG who gives you size, length, and a little bit of offensive game to help out the team. Then you got Gary Trent Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's not a small guy either, but he got the clip from the 3-point line. So that's something that can be really useful for the Chicago Bulls, who needs added shooting to the team. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's being reported by Danny Greenberg that the Chicago Bulls are showing interest in center from the New Orleans Pelicans, Willie Hernangomez. But that makes no sense to me. You have a center on your team who's very good at rebounding. Does he make bonehead mistakes? Yes. Does he get in foul trouble on most nights and fairly quick? Yes. But at the end of the day, to me, in my mind, that would just be stupid. That wouldn't make sense for me. That would be stupid if the Chicago Bulls trade like an Andre Drummond or something for Willie Hernangomez. I just don't think that'll be smart. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to consider there. It's a lot of things to look at, unless they looking at moving, Vooch for Willie Hernangomez, and it still doesn't quite make sense for me. But like again, I don't make the decision. So the Bulls it's a lot of players, a lot of chatter that's going on, and the Bulls are putting out information saying that the front office is busy. Okay, how busy are you? Are you busy enough to get a deal done, or are you just busy and just telling us that you're busy? Are you working or hardly working? Is the question. Let me know. But all the trade talk and all the trade, as the trade deadline is approaching, there's still a lot of things that we have to consider. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls don't have a bevy of picks that they can get up, and you definitely don't want to mortgage you definitely don't want to continue to ruin your future. You know what I'm saying? But you want to build out some pieces. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, at the same time, you still got to think about player development. You know what I'm saying? Where is that aspect to this team? Where is that aspect of the team? We seen 4 minutes from Dalen Terry in the last few weeks. we get excited when Dalen Terry come in. He played 4 minutes, y'all. And I know I was turning up like me and Big Bro and Aunt, we was turning up like my man played 40 minutes. But at the end of the day, you still got to question where's the player development, because y'all hyped us up about Marko Simonovic. We still haven't seen him. We don't know what he can be, but we know what he's doing in the G League. He's okay. You know what I'm saying? You selected Dalen Terry. Y'all keep sending him back and forth to the G League. We see in the G League he's performing well. He's doing this thing, but then there's nothing. So, where's the player development in that? But what happens if the Bulls don't make a trade? I think that's when the questions start to come out for the front office, because in the offseason, y'all made minimal moves. Y'all signed Goran Dragic. That was an aging point guard, and you still need point guard help. You got Andre Drummond, but your head coach don't want to play him. So now I'm really going to question you. Are you guys serious about winning games? Are you guys serious about winning games? Are you guys serious about the goal that you set at the beginning of the season, to where you said we want to win a playoff series this season, and then that's another step forward for us? Because right now you're in the 9th seed and you still got ways to go. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, even if you get in the 8th seed, do you really think we beating Boston in the first round? That's a failure to me. You're going to fail. You don't want to match up against Boston in round 1. You don't want to do that. So what does the team need to do? They need to climb the ladder so they can get in a better position and match up against a team that's, against a team to where the series will be more winnable. So that's that. But then on the flip side, we got to think about it and think logically here. What if there's actually no good deal out there? You know what I mean? What if there's actually no good deal out there? And what if teams are trying to, BS the Chicago Bulls out of, an asset maybe like a Kobe White, or an asset in Nikola Vucevic or something like that? What if they're trying to BS? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Chicago Bulls need to do something. That's how I'm looking at it. You need to do something. And I don't think we need another Tristan Thompson buyout scenario, because that was just horrible. The guy did not come in and help this team whatsoever. He had young guys like Ayo Dosunmu looking at him like he was Boo Boo the Fool. So, hey, and then and continuing with the other side, it's just telling me that they're willing to ride the season out. That's just what it is. And because deals at this particular moment may be harder for the Chicago Bulls to make. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of choices, bro. It's just a lot of things to consider when you think about the trade deadline. I absolutely believe something needs to happen. But if the deal doesn't make sense, are we going to be understanding enough to realize that the deal just didn't make sense? So if a deal does not happen at the deadline, I need to hear from the front office on why a deal was not made. And that's facts. If y'all give me nothing, I'm going to believe y'all ain't do nothing. So that's just what it is. But that's enough for me today. If y'all like what y'all listening to, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you want to be a part of our mailbag episodes, go ahead and send us something to that number. You can send a voicemail or text message, 773-242-9219. This is another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. Make sure you comment below before you get up out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on the next.
Cognac. Gang.